Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Monday Coffee with Jexo, where we scan through the last week's news and updates across the Atlassian universe. I'm Rodney, the Jira Guy.
And I'm Biro from Jexo. Good morning. The links for the sources of the topics we're going to discuss today are all linked in the description. And also, the show is available to watch on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. If you're the podcasting type, there's a Spotify option for you. Navigate to the Monday Coffee page listed in the description for all of the streaming options. We have on the one and only the Jira Guy hosting the news with me. A pleasure and an honor, Rodney.
Thank you, Biro. The pleasure is all mine. This is something I tell fans and colleagues they need to watch every week to keep up to date, and it's really an honor to be here.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm so happy that you're enjoying it and preaching this, and also your comments every single episode. I don't know, it just gives us that extra motivation to continue to do this. So thank you for the support. Right, so let's start with the first topic of the day. This is huge news for you server users looking to move into cloud. You can now automatically migrate your favorite apps to cloud. For most of you out there, extendability and app parity is one of the most requested factors for enabling transition to cloud, and this step is a positive one in the right direction, I would say. Atlassian partner up with over 25 top marketplace partners to bring you automated data migration for a list of 70 and growing marketplace apps. And the post links to a board with additional apps that are currently being made compatible. Alex from Atlassian describes in this post how you can migrate apps to cloud, which seems to be pretty straightforward. And she also mentions the feature is in beta, so test out before you migrate your production data. If you're keen to give it a spin, Jira 8.14 and Confluence 6.13 should already have Cloud Migration Assistant installed. And for earlier versions, you can download it from the marketplace.
Yes, this is a huge deal. When we're preparing cloud migrations, we look at the number of apps to figure out how much work it's going to be overall. So automating this step at the process is going to be huge in working on these kind of migrations.
Yeah, very, very important. What do we have next?
All right, so moving on. I know we all love new features, and that's exactly what the Confluence team has given us last week. On Tuesday, they announced a change to their search feature on Confluence Cloud. Previously, if you were searching for a page, it was imperative you keep that page open and put all the results on your tabs, because if you navigate away from that page, you would lose all the search information, filters, set up all that, and you'd be starting your search from scratch. Now, they tell us that if you search and navigate away from the page, when you return, all your information is going to be there, your search term, your filters, everything. And this is going to make searching in Confluence so much easier and give us one less hassle when we're working on the platform.
Yeah, I agree with that. Although I agree with that, and I think a lot of people would use it as intended, I would probably still open the items in a new tab, to be fair. I've always done that with absolutely every platform search and lists. If I have a link that navigates to another page, I would open it in another tab. And the reason why, I figured that you're a lot more effective in quickly navigating back and forth if you do that. For example, if you have a new open a new tab, the page loads exactly like it would load if you open the link in the same page. But then when you navigate back, you just need to close the tab, and you're already there. You're on the other tab, rather than navigating back and loading the previous page. I don't know. That might be just my engineering mindset, but I still find opening new tabs more effective.
I try and do that, but there are the times I slip up, and then trying to get back and get where you were is just a headache. And instead, just smooth out the whole process by making it remember.
Yeah, true. I'm sure that I'm the outlier over here. All right, so this next one might not be such a great update for those living in the UK, Japan, and Canada and need your Atlassian data to reside in your country. Atlassian published a post last week announcing that the data residency implementation roadmap will be updated to push the support for these three mentioned countries to 2023. Atlassian seems to have had to take a step back and refocus on data residency infrastructure to bring a world-class solution to customer, which will ultimately mean more reliability and faster times. To be fair, they did manage to deliver a lot from their backlog, building the entire system, including covering for UK and Australia, and bring data residency to standard and premium plans too. I don't know, what do you think, Rodney? Is the delay justified?
It appears so. My default advice whenever I'm talking about should I delay something is if it's not ready, don't rush it. Take your time, do the time you need to do quality work, and customers in general will understand that in order to get what they want, it'll take a bit more time. Just, as I said, rushing things leaves bad taste in your mouth, so just take your time, do what you need to do.
Agree 100%.
All right, moving on. This week, the acquisitions continue within the Atlassian ecosystem. No, this time it is not our friends over at Appfire, but it is Tempo, who acquired Roadmonk. Tempo, known for their time management and capacity planning apps for Jira, have added the advanced road mapping capabilities of Roadmonk to their portfolio. One of the biggest asks I get from users I talk to is how do I plan more effectively? Jira is great for planning on a single team level, but when you try and scale that out to a whole project or whole initiative, it tends to take a lot more work. Tempo hopes to fill this niche with this acquisition, which complements their Tempo timesheets, budget, and planner. Altogether will tell you not only what you want to do, but whether you have enough people to do it and what it will cost you. This is, of course, its latest in a long string of mergers and acquisitions in the Atlassian ecosystem this year, something I honestly fully expect to continue into 2022.
Yeah, I think it's going to continue. On this specific acquisition, I'm probably not going to comment that much because what Tempo is doing with Roadmonk is kind of like entering in a competitive space with what we have with Swanley and road mapping and such. But I think it makes sense. You know, I read their press release and so on, so it makes sense for them to go down this direction and offer more planning capability rather than focusing on resourcing. All right, now the article of the week. For this Monday, we choose, you guessed it, another Work Check podcast. Hey, it's not our fault these are so well made and offer great discussion topics and debate points. Keep up the good work, Christine and the gang. This debate is about if senior leadership should drive employee resource groups or not. Points on both sides are very valid, but I think for me it makes more sense ERPs are employee-led. Take me, for example. I'm not part of an underrepresented group, so how can I lead an ERP? The groups need peer representation in order to be unbiased and fairly handled. The sad truth is that we still live in a world where leadership is not very diverse, and we should promote, pay, and support employee-led ERPs to tackle the burning topics. There was a debate in this podcast around how effective these groups can be in producing real change in the organization if they're not leadership driven. But I think that's looking at the problem the wrong way around. I'm happy to be part of ERP, but take the back seat. Leave my leader persona at the door and also fund the initiative. But put the decision-making power of what topics are important for the group and where to invest funds to the employees part of the group. And by being present, leadership is automatically more open to producing organization-level changes than if they just treat it as an employee extracurricular activity. But anyways, these are just my thoughts. A very good discussion that you should listen to, so check it out.
Absolutely. Diversity and inclusion is such a huge factor these days. We hear a lot of companies get in trouble for this. So just take a listen, learn what you learn, and do what you can do to help these underrepresented populations.
Yeah, there are very good, very good arguments on both sides, and there's no right answer to put it like that, but you learn a lot. That's one of the things that I like about these debate podcasts that Atlassian is doing. You're learning a lot of they would say thinking on both ends. Right, Rodney, we're getting close to the end, but I want to know, do you have any updates for us from your side?
All right, well, the Jira Guy, if you don't know, is a weekly blog where we post tips, tricks, and how-tos to get the most out of your Atlassian instances. And as much as I would love it to be, being the Jira Guy is not my full-time job. And this month, I actually, unfortunately, had to say goodbye to my friends over at Coyote Creek to take the next step on my Atlassian adventure. However, good news here is my new company loves the blog, loves what I'm doing within the Atlassian community, so I have full permission to continue writing blog posts for now. We're also looking at maybe bringing in some more people so we could get you more than one blog post a week with some different perspective other than my own. And I think that'd be a huge win because, as we just talked, getting the viewpoints of more diverse community can lead you to a better situation product all around. So that's something I am very excited about. We're probably going to begin with some guest posts, but then move it to a larger platform. Otherwise, as always, I'm looking for new and fresh ideas of what you, the community, want to hear. So if you have something you'd like me to talk about on the blog, use the contact form on there to get me your information.
Yeah, that's brilliant. We'll put links to everything is going to be in the description. Do reach out to Rodney with things that you want to hear. And Rodney, to be honest, more than happy for us to contribute to your blog as well, if you think that would be useful for us to write some stuff for you.
Absolutely. Let's talk it out, see what we could get done.
Awesome. Right. That's about it for the news about Atlassian. I hope you enjoy Monday Coffee with Jexo, whether you're watching us live or recorded later. Epic session today, Rodney. We'll have you back soon, and thanks for taking the time today to do this with me.
Not a problem. Looking forward to it. I'll see you guys next time.
Also, this Wednesday, we'll reveal the third and final guest on social media, so stay tuned for that. And do subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss the next stream. Have a great week, everyone. Bye.
Bye.